Hi. As I record this, there's just one more week and there'll be no more George Bush. Instead, there'll be President Obama in the White House. And from what I can tell, there'll be a lot of happy Muslims to have Obama in the White House rather than George Bush. As a matter of fact, in spite of Bush claiming Islam to be a religion of peace, that all along this venture into Iraq and all that stuff has not been a war against Islam, but a war against terror. Same going into Afghanistan. I've been reading Muslim websites and blogs, comments and stuff like that, and it really sounds like that in the 8 years that Bush is in power, Bush, to an average Muslim, has been worse than Hitler. And that America and Israel have been worse than World War II Germany, you know? And I find that really puzzling, because to me, it seems to me that if Bush were worse than Hitler, and there really was a war on Islam, not a war on terror, but a real war on Islam, the first thing Bush would have done is waited for a big Hajj, and when there are around 2 million Muslims around the Kaaba, and instead of taking out the Kaaba with, like, say, 7 cruise missiles, and then burying it in pig poop and saying, hey, where's, Allah, or where's Allah, as he would have, said in his voice, he would have nuked Mecca outright, just boom, gone, and then he would have parachuted troops down into Saudi Arabia, the oil fields, and said, okay, you blow up those oil fields, no more Riyadh. Then he probably would have nuked Riyadh anyway. And then he, instead of invading Baghdad, taking out Saddam, he would have nuked Baghdad, taken those oil fields, and looked at Iran and said, you know something? I don't like you've been calling us the big Satan, Israel little Satan, stuff like that. You think we're Satan? Well, guess what? You hand over those oil fields to us, or there's no more Iran. And then they would have, if you're worse than Hitler, I think, he would have still taken those oil fields of Iran and nuked Iran no matter what. Then, if Russia was about ready to fire on America, you'd say, go ahead, fire those missiles, I got places to hide. And he would threaten to nuke Russia in response if Russia didn't like American aggression in the Middle East like that. That, to me, is someone that is worse than Hitler. And America would be like worse than Nazi Germany. But you know something? Never happened like that. Instead, Bush really seemed to believe that what he was saying, that Islam is a peaceful religion and that there can actually be democracy in Iraq. But you know something? If I'm wrong here, set me straight here, okay? Tell me why you think Bush was worse than Hitler, even though he didn't do all that, okay?